Your home, your family, your legacy. They deserve the highest level of protection. At Lathrop Insurance, we design tailored programs for coastal homes, secondary properties, and high-value assets, giving you peace of mind no matter where life takes you. We're honored to protect families in Rhode Island with personalized care and expert guidance. Lathrop Insurance, protecting the life you've worked so hard to build.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to 321 this morning. It is a beautiful and hot sunny day here in July 15th, the Ides of July, if you will. And it is currently 74 degrees, feels like 77. It is going to be in the 90s today. We have a heat advisory, UV index of 9. It's going to be a scorcher. So drink a lot of this stuff if you can. And, well, actually not if you can. You can. Drink a lot of that stuff. Stay hydrated, and great day to head on down to the beach where it is typically a little bit cooler. Just make sure that you stay hydrated and wear some sunscreen. We are going to be live with Man About Town in 15 minutes. But first, it's time for Kenny Collins in the Sports Report. He hates when I call him Kenny. Ken Collins in the Sports Report. Oh, come on, Ken. What's going on in the world of sports, buddy?
Not much. Well, the World Cup, obviously, but
well, we'll get to that in a moment.
I know. But as far as the other sports, everybody's off right now.
Slow day.
Well, they get the All-Star break. That's what happened. The home run hitting contest the other night. Well, anyhow, the American League did win 4-0. They shut out the National League last night. MVP, New York Yankee, Cody Bellinger. Now, he's MVP of the game. He got a hit in the first inning, drove in 2 runs. MVP. They get back in action tomorrow night. Well, not the Yankees, the Mets. Mets are playing Philadelphia tomorrow night. And the rest of the league starts on Friday. Now, the Red Sox start off at Fenway. They're going to start with a doubleheader against Tampa. This is a makeup game at 1:35 in the afternoon, and then they'll play the regular scheduled game at 7:10. Dodgers at New York take on the Yankees. Be a good series. Chicago White Sox at Toronto, and Baltimore at Houston. The first round of the Open Championship would be tomorrow, and it would be at Royal Birkdale. How about that? It's not one of these easier courses that they have over there. Yeah, tell those golfers that. You're crazy. But I love to. I was talking to Tommy before we went on. Those are the kind of golf courses I like to watch those guys play because, I mean, you're looking at the best golfers in the world.
Yeah.
And the toughest courses in the world. So they're coming together.
It's in actually, Kenny, it's in a beautiful area because it's just outside Southport, and Southport has its claim to fame is the town is beautiful itself, and also too they have like a fun fair there, but they also have a train that goes round, and it's one of those tiny trains that you get on and you can go around and do it, and it's a long journey, but they have beautiful gardens. They really do. So it's worth a visit.
Yeah, all right. Anyhow, first round of that tournament tomorrow. And Sunday for the NASCAR, they'll be at North Wilkesboro. Got Little League Baseball tonight right here on 321 Media. I know we have a Charahoe at Charahoe, and it's at Stonington tonight. 2 games, doubleheader, right here on 321 Media. And we're down now
to the nitty
gritty in the World Cup soccer, and Tommy has the story.
Well, my goodness me, Ken, there was a lot of surprises yesterday. The main surprise yesterday was Spain are through to the World Cup final after surprising the favorites France with a convincing semi-final victory at Dallas Stadium. Luis de la Fuentes side blunted the French brimming with attacking talent, controlled the game a few chances and deservedly took their place on Sunday's showpiece, thanks to goals by Mikel um, Oyarzabal and Pedro Porro. Oyarzabal opened the scoring from a penalty, from the penalty spot midway through the first half. A lapse from France's left back Lucas Digny resulted in him giving forward Lamine Yamal a unceremonious wallop as he tried to clear the ball. And referee, I personally didn't think it was a penalty because he clearly didn't mean what he did. He just that the other fella got in the way. So, but that's my excuse. I'll stick to it. Spot kick definitely was confidently thumped in the corner by Zarabal. With the lead to defend, Spain's control of the match only grew as the game went on, and I was disappointed in France really because they didn't get into the game. They didn't get into the game like Kylian Mbappe. He was like subdued. They didn't allow him any space. They didn't. And tactically, they were brilliant. Spain were brilliant, absolutely. But after a below par finish from France, they expected to come out fighting in the second half, but they didn't. They just laid back and let it happen. So incredibly disciplined Spain out.
Laissez-faire.
Yeah. But have conceded. Actually they've only conceded once in the whole tournament.
Wow.
So that tells you a lot about their defense. The final score on that was France 0 and Spain 2, which means that Spain will be in the final on Sunday, and Dallas, and they will play the winner of the England-Argentina game that takes place today at 3:00 in Atlanta. So, and then also Saturday we'll have the bronze game. That's the third place, and that will be in Miami at 5:00. And apart from the final, which will be on Sunday, let's hope that England can do it.
There you go.
I love that.
And that's the breakdown of the World Cup from Tommy Stafford.
Should be a little bit hot in Atlanta too today.
Oh yeah,
Probably, yeah. But I don't get paid to do the weather in Atlanta, so somebody would like to,
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But it's always this time. It's going to be hot in Atlanta, anyhow.
it's always hot in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got Jim Wolf watching. Hello, Jim.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
From
Hey,
the
Jim.
Time Capsule.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Too late now, right?
What?
Time capsule. Put something
For anybody to put something in there?
in. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, I guess too late to share you guys' picture on the Facebook page as
Oh yeah,
well.
we didn't see that. That was.
Yeah. It's all right. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
that's
it.
that's fine.
Hey, I got something for you. I got a trivia for you.
Okay.
You should know this
I should.
because you know a lot about Westerly.
Okay.
As far as I know,
Yep.
there's one street in Westerly has
Okay.
a name
Okay.
that there's no houses on it.
Wow.
In other words, there's like
There's only one street in Westerly that doesn't have houses.
I said, as far as I know,
Okay.
I know there's one
Okay.
that doesn't have an address to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
one something. Know where it is?
No.
I thought you'd know that.
What is it?
I don't know. I just thought you'd know it, and I get the answer. I don't know what it is.
I actually do know one.
No, it's right down here.
It's right down where?
Wilcox Avenue.
Okay.
You know the street between Grove Avenue and Newton Avenue.
Yeah.
That little street. There's no houses on it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Interesting.
I know of one other, but I'm not gonna say it on the air.
Why? They're illegal.
No, it's not illegal. I just I don't want to dox anybody that lives near it. So
All right.
Yeah. I'm considerate. What?
No, I
What?
I would, and I'm not. Is that what you're referring to?
That's what I'm referring to exactly.
Why? I didn't do
yes.
anything. They're just pointing out that there's no actual houses on it,
All right. Fair.
and it's got a name.
Hold on. Guys, we're all gonna see Man About Town for a second. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna be able to hear it. Boom. And okay, now I can go into options and put this on. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, that's Man About Town coming up in 5 minutes. What do you guys got planned for this hot day?
What were you doing there? Just practicing? Is that what you?
I had to fix something, but I couldn't fix it unless I put it live, and I don't want to put it live yet because obviously, so. But
No,
I knew
that's-
that the audio would stick through it, but I had to fix an audio issue on it.
Well, good. We just let people know what you do.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey, thanks.
No, you're welcome.
I'm a pretty special guy.
I don't know
Who do we got
about
here? Brian Sullivan.
Hey, Brian.
Me.
Good.
Harry McAfee.
Oh, he's just talking to you, Brian.
He said no. He said good morning, Ken, Ben, and Tom.
Mhm.
He went with
Hi, Brian.
he went with simple names today. Yesterday was, Sir Tommy, Tommy of the
Tommy of the
turntables.
Turntable.
Yeah.
Yep, and I was Ben of the barber, I think, which I didn't.
Oh, nice.
and-
I didn't
and
catch that.
Ken was Kenneth Kenny Boom Bizzle. I don't know.
Don't matter.
I don't know. It does matter a little bit. It does matter just a little bit. All right. So
It's
anyway,
gotta matter. It can't gotta matter more than a little bit.
it doesn't have to matter more than a little bit.
Well, thanks for your well wishes, Brian.
Yes, Brian. Thank you for your well wishes. We appreciate it. All right. And now it is time. We're going to transition into Man About Town. Do you guys have anything else you want to say for today? Tommy, you want
Nope.
anything to say for yourself?
Nope.
You were explaining the cross of St.
The
George.
cross of St. George. A lot of people get that confused, and they always use the Union Jack as the flag of England. It's not. The flag of England is this one here, the cross of St. George.
The Union Jack is the
Yeah, the
UK.
The Union Jack is the combination of those countries.
Yeah, Wales and Scotland and
Yeah. And how it came about was years and years ago, the English were fighting the Irish, and the Irish were fighting the Scottish, and everybody's fighting each other. And the only one that remained neutral was the people from the Isle of Man. But they were fighting each other, and they were killing each other. So some bright spark in the community said, "Hey, look, we won't know who's who unless we have the patron saint emblem of our patron saint." And England had St. George, so they used the cross of St. George, and then Scotland had St. Andrew, the cross, and so it goes on. Anyway, what happened is when they combined all those countries together, it became the Union Jack, and that's how the Union Jack got its name. And now for the rest of the story.
And from the Isle of Man to the Isle of Rona Man. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Man About Town. Who's excited? Raise your hand. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
She's there, she's everywhere, she's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
Well, good morning, everybody, or wherever you're watching this, wherever you are consuming this podcast. Welcome to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are happily brought to you by Valenti Subaru, right at Dunn's Corner. We have a new guy at the helm. His name is Tim Kaplan. Bruce is running around town saying, I'm retired, I'm retired. But now we have Tim. Now we have Tim. And as Tim told me the other day on the phone, he said, yeah, I took over Bruce's job, but nobody's taken over my job yet. So I'm working very hard. So get in there and buy a car. Make Tim a happy guy.
There you go.
We are very happy this morning to have with us John Tafone. And there's no title to give you, John. There really isn't. But if you go to Summer Pops, you will see his name in the program a lot. You may see this guy running around with about 2,000 pages in his hands of orchestrations, and nobody knows quite what he does.
I'm getting my steps in for the first time.
There
yeah.
you go. But obviously the people at the Chorus of Westerly know what you do, and people in New York know what you do. But I think the average person who goes to Pops maybe never heard your name, or maybe has heard your name, but has no idea what you do.
It's definitely
and
been
how
announced
lucky
to
we
them.
are to have you.
Oh,
You
thank
came up through the Pops,
Yeah,
right?
I did,
You're
yeah.
a Westerly boy.
I am. Well, first off, thank you so much for having me. Second off, you have a new theme song.
Oh
yeah,
God! No, as soon as that theme song hit, I was like, I'm so embarrassed to have a theme song played. In front of John
so
Tafone.
it used to be from Wonderful Town, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And I think about Wonderful Town. I work in the Village in New York City, and
that's where it took place.
yeah. So every time I walk by Christopher Street, I hear the
Yes.
song on Christopher Street from the beginning of
Right.
that musical, and then I think about the Man About Town, the overture, because that was your theme. and
They
then I
don't
think about
let
you.
me use it anymore.
Oh.
I don't
you,
let her
you
use
too.
it.
Oh,
YouTube
gotcha.
takes a
Oh,
little-
sorry.
Because we're streaming on YouTube and
Yeah.
Facebook and stuff.
Sorry
so
for
it's not
bringing that
just-
right out of the gate.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it. There's a new theme too.
Because I was thinking about playing your music, and
Uh-huh.
I thought since you wrote it, it would be okay.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a lot
Maybe
of
when we
strum
take
and
a
drawing,
break,
so I don't know if that'll match your vibe correctly for this. But thank you. Sorry, we were talking about.
All right,
course
so
I went through
you
Summer Pops.
you grew up in Westerly.
Yes. Yeah.
Go to Westerly High School or some
No, I
Catholic
went to
school?
Prout.
You went to Prout.
I did go to
That
Prout.
means you
yeah.
had a brain.
That's-
Wow.
I don't. I think it means that
He's a
I really
crusader.
liked theater, and at the time they had a. I mean, I'm sure it's still a great theater program and everything. I haven't checked in with their theater program recently, but at the time it was a really.
No, when I
robust
say
theater
that
program.
means you had a brain, you got to be smart to get into Prout.
Thank you.
I know
Oh.
that. So that's not to knock any other school here.
Mhm.
So you did theater at Prout.
Yeah, I did my first music direction and things like that. Then I did some orchestrations.
No, wait a
Incidentally-
minute. I know about you, and I'm trying to remember. You are the youngest, when you were a teenager, the youngest in the country to
Yeah.
do orchestral collaborations. Is that close?
Yeah. The youngest full season Pops orchestrator in the country, which is
No, how did all this start?
crazy.
Was this like 3 years old at Thanksgiving or something?
Yes. No. So I grew up in the chorus. So I've been surrounded by music and very fortunate to get to grow up around an orchestra. That's such a lucky thing to get to do. I think people don't realize how cool and unique the chorus is.
And you grew up around George Kent, who
Yes,
kept you
exactly.
and all the other
All of
little
those
kids in line.
Amazing things. And during our breaks, so the trebles stand sort of directly behind the trumpets. And during the breaks, I would ask the orchestra all sorts of questions, like what's the highest note you can play on trumpet, or how loud can you play the crash cymbals, things like that.
Were you playing an instrument at the time?
I had just started piano,
Wow.
but all these orchestra members very kindly took time out of their day to tell me about their instruments and show me some different things. And I think that sort of continued to foster my love of orchestra music. So I started sort of doing
Did
my
one
own
whisper
orchestrations.
to the other, "Here comes that kid again"?
They were very nice. I'm sure they did. Ron Stabile let me play his xylophone one time, and that was sort of like a highlight of my time. Anyway, so doing all of that, then Andrew needed some brass music for 12th Night at the time. And asked if I would be able to do that. So I stepped in doing that. And then they were like, well, why don't you do some other things? And then I ended
And
up.
you were how old at this
I
point?
was like 16.
Wow.
Yeah. So just I mean, incredible that he took a risk on me. And it's worked out well ever since. So
That is amazing.
yeah.
So when did you leave our shores and head for Manhattan?
After I graduated college. So that was 2016-ish, I think.
So about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago,
Where
yeah.
did you go to college?
So I went to Catholic University, and then I got a
In
grant
Washington?
in Washington, and then I got a grant to study at Oxford University.
Aha.
Yeah.
As I said, a smart boy.
Thank you.
That is absolutely fantastic. So what do you call yourself now?
Um,
Other than John. I mean, it's, in the elevator speech, someone says, "And what do you do for a living?" Can you do it between floors?
yeah. I mean, it depends. But yeah, usually in a standard sized building. Composer, orchestrator, or arranger is sort of the three things that I say, and then if you're really desperate, I can do some other things. But composer, orchestrator, arranger are the three. Yeah.
And you have obviously worked on Broadway. You come back every year, and I know if people still have their programs, look at your programs, because it will tell you this was arranged by John Tafone.
Yeah.
This was arranged, and that
It's-
is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. It usually ends up being somewhere between 2,000 and like 3,500 pages every year, and those sort of get written in like 5 weeks.
I was going to say, how much in advance do you start?
Well, we like to start the day after summer pops, and we sort of come up with here's what would be fun to do next year. And then as you work through and you sort of work through guests and things like that, and you're trying to fit together all these pieces, the program will change 100 million times.
Oh, I bet.
And then it'll finally get locked down about
Because you're actually writing the parts for every
Yes.
instrument,
yes.
and then for the chorus itself.
Yeah, it's a lot of music.
Wow.
Towards the end of that, I'm usually cranking out about 100 to maybe on a good day 200 pages of music a day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you still get to sleep.
Yeah, I sleep a bit. Yeah. I get like a bag of baby carrots, and I just eat and write clarinet parts.
Wow.
That's all you need in life.
Yeah, it is really all you need.
That is
It's-
just amazing.
It's so much fun though.
If it weren't fun, you wouldn't be doing it,
absolutely. Yeah.
because it's got to be punishing too. Really punishing.
It's first off, the chorus of Westerly is absolutely amazing. Andrew Howell is a genius.
All right,
he's
so that
much fun to
brings
work
me
with. Yeah.
to, and I was going to say, do you ever have anyone, but we can pick on Andrew because he is a genius.
Yeah.
Does he ever say to you, "I don't like that for the clarinet, take it down or make it a little faster," or does he just leave it in your hands?
Faster is an interesting thing. I feel like because he controls the tempo, right? I can put how fast or slow I think something should be, but ultimately that's in his hands. And he, as much as it pains me to say it, he always makes great choices. So I mean, we'll have conversations.
That's how you get to be a genius.
Yeah, exactly.
And not going to pro.
Anyway, we'll have conversations when we're working through the program. They're like, I think I'm going to put this, I'm going to move the program around. So I'm going to put this like second. And I'll be like, oh, I think if it's second, it should be a little bit faster, because you want the second piece to, you want to welcome people into the concert and you want to keep it pushing. Or he'll be like, I think we're going to, in rehearsal, the kids sounded really energetic on this. I think I just want it to be kids to sing. Is that okay with you? Do you think maybe the orchestration should be a little smaller there? Because it's the kids and we don't want to blow them out of the water. So those are the sort of conversations we have. Sometimes I'll be like, I really want this violin solo. And then he'll be like, okay, fine. And then he'll let me have it.
Okay, so moving downstate a couple of hours, you've got something. You've got like a little Hamilton in your blood. You want to do what Lynn did, and you're turning history into a musical, aren't you?
Oh, interesting. I wasn't sure where that's going. I was like, it is very different genre, very different style. The comparison is flattering.
Can you rap for us right now?
No, and we can talk about that off mic. So I have a story about that, but I don't know if I want that on the internet.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I wrote a musical adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, based on the over 1,000-page book.
Now, what made you pick that?
I love.
Were
that
you
story.
like Manuel and Miranda? You were on vacation and you had a 1,000-page book, and you said this would make a great musical.
It's such a great story. So my favorite stories, I love like Indiana Jones, and I love like those big scores, and I love those sort of things, and I love like a lush musical, and I always want, and I also love the immediacy of contemporary musical theater. I think I can tap into emotion so quickly. Then sometimes larger orchestral musicals, through no fault of their own, don't necessarily get to tap into emotion as hard because there's so much pomp around it. You know, there's that extra layer between you and the audience. So I wanted to do a story that I felt like I could take some of the immediacy of contemporary musical theater and some of the grandiosity of those big orchestral shows that I love, like Les Mis and things like that, and put them together. And I was at Thanksgiving with my cousin, and we're both.
It's always Thanksgiving
it's
with the
always
cousins
Thanksgiving.
where the stuff comes out.
Exactly. And so we were both at the kids' table, and
In the kitchen, right? Little-
basically,
Yeah, little bridge table. Yeah.
Please. And we were sort of in between courses, as it were. Italian Thanksgiving, so we've got turkey, but we've also got lasagna. And I asked her, she's a writer, and I asked her,
Is this Elena?
This is Elena, yeah. And I asked her if she would be interested in writing a Count of Monte Cristo musical with me. And she said yes, and then we just started.
What were you drinking at the kids' table?
I think sparkling cider, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got to work on that. We recently released a recording, and the first song we ever wrote together was called Heaven's Time, and that is on the recording. And one of the most recent songs we wrote together is also on the recording. So it's such an interesting span.
That's what I was hoping we could have
Yeah.
played today, but I didn't know because of the licensing.
Oh,
Is that the one that Mary Kate Marcy's
yeah,
on?
yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
own the rights for that. I'm not going to give you a copyright claim.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Okay.
We are going to take a break in a few minutes. You can see if you,
You know
can
what?
find
I
it.
will. As a matter of fact, we're pre-recording this, so I will put it in if it's okay with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I will
absolutely.
That
literally.
is-
That will be our
that's
break
great.
right now. Is I will put it in.
Ooh.
So-
Wonderful.
So you can throw to a break and then look at the camera and come right back.
I keep forgetting the
Yeah.
camera's over there.
You're
Hello.
You
You're
want me
fine.
to go to a break now?
You can go to a break now and then come back if
I'm
you want.
going to a break now. As I always say, please spend some time and look at our local people. These are the people who keep us on the air. They are your friends and neighbors, and they keep business in this town. We will be back with Man About Town right after this.
For too long I was blind, but now it's clear as day. It seems my only crime was standing in his way. But I'll wait, I'll stay strong. I have weathered storms far worse than him. This too will pass, it won't be long. Given time, I'll be free. Once the clouds have parted, then I'll see what lies in store for the rest of my days.
You don't know him like I do. He is the most estimable, most trustworthy man I know.
A few kind words cannot change the law.
Days bleed into night.
Please, you must let me see him.
Nights bleed into weeks.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Months I scream and cry.
We're to be married.
The years I do not speak.
You can't keep him from me.
God above, hear my prayer. If you're listening, I need a sign to know there's hope, to know you're there. Though I know time has passed, I'll keep fighting till I breathe my last. I can't stay here for the rest of my days.
Mademoiselle, I didn't want to be the one to tell you this, but your fiancé is dead. He hanged himself. He was found in a cell this morning. The guilt of his crimes must have been too great. I'm sorry.
In another time, another life. Somewhere far away from here. We'll be together once again. If it takes 1,000 years.
Back home to you on my lips, her last kiss, memories that mock me late at night. I can't escape that dark abyss, adrift out to sea, wreckage left of who I used to be. All that remains left here to stay for the rest of my days.
Okay, we are back. This is Man About Town. Welcome in if you have just joined us. We are with John Tafone, and I'm trying to remember what he told me his elevator speech was. He is an arranger. He's the lone arranger. He is a collaborator. He is a writer. He is a Westerly resident formerly, now in Manhattan, and he is all things musical and one of the happiest people I have ever known.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's very easy to be happy when you're
When
around
you're doing
too,
what
so,
you
yeah.
well, when you're doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
And there's so
Yeah,
many
but
people today who aren't happy doing what they're doing.
I'm
they're doing
very
because they
lucky.
have to.
If you had to pick a one word, composer.
Yeah.
Easiest.
Yeah.
Composer.
Yeah. Composer.
Composer,
Like it has the
John
most
Tafone.
catch-all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johann Sebastian Tafone.
I throw in the other stuff in case anyone wants to hire me for like.
Okay, so we
orchestration or,
left
you know?
you and your cousin at the Thanksgiving table between
We're
the
still
lasagna
eating.
and the turkey.
Yeah.
And she says, "Yes, I will help you write a musical on
Yeah.
the Count of Monte Cristo."
Yeah, a very daunting first project. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
such a
After that, you
big-
do the Torah, and then
it's such a
my
big
God.
story, and it's such a good, cool story. You know what I mean? When you're working through it, there are so many things that you frankly have to cut.
We like good, cool stories
Yeah.
here,
Oh.
so do tell.
Well, wonderful. So are you looking for a brief plot summary of The Count of Monte Cristo?
Sure. Yes.
Not that well.
Okay.
I would
I
love
think
it,
that
'cause
was
I
one
don't
of
know
the
it.
things when I was a kid. I said, "I'm not reading that big. That's too big. I want a little golden book."
Well, so the story of The Count of Monte Cristo, nuts and bolts. I won't give away the ending, but there is a young sailor named Edmond Dantes, and everything in his life is going great, which is always a fun way to start a musical. And he is engaged to Mercedes Herrera. They're sort of like sweethearts. And unbeknownst to him, there are three men who realize that their lives would all be better if he was just eliminated, if he was just out of the picture. One wants
Is
his-
it because they want her?
well, one wants her, one wants his job, and one wants him out of the way for political reasons that involve like Napoleon and things like that. So they all conspire and they send him to prison at the Chateau d'If, and he's alone in prison for a very long time, having basically no idea what's going on. And that's the song "Rest of My Days." Listen to it now on all major streaming platforms. And the rest of his life, sort of on the outside world, sort of begins to disintegrate. And there is another person who, trying to escape, accidentally tunnels into his prison cell. So now there are 2 prisoners in this prison cell. This other man is a priest, Abbe Faria.
This is starting to sound like Man of La Mancha.
It's got some elements of
Prison
Man of
cell,
La Mancha.
priest.
Yeah, it's got some elements of Les Mis. It was written before Les Mis, and sort of I feel like the conceit is a little similar. And he
Looking at you, Hugo.
yeah, he teaches Edmond how to read, and they use the Bible as part of their exercises and things like that. And then he's an old man in a musical, so he dies. Cue the song "Heaven's Time." Sung beautifully by Jeremy Stoll from Phantom of the Opera for many years. Now he's in Masquerade, and he played the titular Phantom for a very long time. A beautiful voice. And then Edmond escapes from prison. You'll have to see the show to find out how. He gets sort of involuntarily kidnapped by pirates. I guess no one voluntarily gets kidnapped. They teach him how to sword fight. He's learned about this secret treasure. He returns to his life now being able to sword fight and being able to read, and realizes that he's been betrayed and everything from his life is gone. He goes to the island of Monte Cristo where this treasure is buried, gets a ton of money. Is like, what do I do with this now? That's the song "Will of the Lord." And he reinvents himself as the Count of Monte Cristo, swears revenge, and the rest is the second act of the musical. So
have you written the second act yet?
yes, yeah, it's all written.
It's all written.
It's all written. Yeah,
So
I didn't want to do any spoilers.
So what do you do now? Do you go out and start shopping it around?
That's such a great question.
That's why he pays me when he pays me. I ask really good questions.
Who pays you? Not me.
You.
Not this guy.
No, seriously, is it you do shop? That's got to be the toughest thing.
Yeah, sort of. It's I'm working on other projects right now, other musicals that I unfortunately can't tell you that much about, which are sort of vehicles that I'm working on. There are musicals that I'm writing for myself. Count of Monte Cristo is one of them, and then there's musicals that I'm writing for other people and things like that, and those have more of a secure, sort of clear path as to what's going on with them. I don't really know what the next steps are. We sort of decided that we wanted to put it out there. We hadn't been able to for a little while because of some contracts that I was under and things like that. But now we're able to record it and sort of put it out there and see what happens.
Awesome. So when you're writing a musical for someone else,
Yeah.
Is that like generally speaking, is it like the book writer comes to you, the person who's writing the?
There are so many different ways. Yeah. So there is the way that you could audition for it.
Okay.
So they might be a team that's just looking for a composer, and they'll have submissions, and then you write, and then you get it or you don't get it. Sometimes it's people that you know who are like, well, I want to do this. I've heard your work on this other project. I would love you to come on and do that. I work a lot with my cousin, who's a lyricist and also a book writer. So between us, we can kind of cover whatever a project might need. I've also been doing, the last several years, a lot of ghostwriting. I'm doing less of that now. I'm doing more of my own name, which is great and fun. I love ghostwriting, but it's fun to get to be myself sometimes.
Yeah.
And so those are the different ways that a musical could happen and you might end up on a project.
Have you ever, I know it's a completely different skill set. Have you ever written lyrics as well?
I have.
Are you okay?
I have written lyrics.
Is it time for another break?
It's time for a very long elevator. No, I've written lyrics. I mean, Elena is just so good at them. So it seems foolish.
It's like, you're better than me at this. Let's do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also
Right. So you collaborate very well, apparently.
Thank you. I'd like to think so. It's so much more fun to work on something with somebody else, in my mind.
I fully agree.
It's very easy to be just in a room by yourself for a long period of time, just trying to do a thing. And it's fun to get to work with people who are talented and have ideas that I would never come up with.
Mhm.
You know, and that sort of input, like working with Andrew, right? That makes
Right.
it so fun. You get to hang out with your friends and you're doing something that you want to do anyway. Like it's great. How could
Now-
you not have fun?
Your cousins, you're both Italian. Do you ever argue over a point and say, that's not going to work? I like it. It stays. I mean, does that?
Yes.
And how much hand motion is happening during that?
I mean, I've been to
so much hand motion.
I have been to Italian Feast of the Fishes, those kinds of
Yes.
parties. And yes, there's a lot of yelling. People don't have a normal tone of voice, even when they like each other.
Rona, chill.
Now, I just wonder when you're working together if
Yeah.
that happens or if it all comes out in the wash.
It's funny, like large scale points, we almost never argue about. It'll always be the
little
the
stuff,
very
right?
the very tiny, like, oh well, I like this word better than this word, and we're like, well, could you give me one more syllable? And it's like, but that will throw off the flow of this, and like, but I like that, and it'll sort of be those things. But we always, to this day, we haven't had an argument that we weren't able to see eye to eye
That's
on
great.
eventually. Yeah.
So what is the next step? I mean, obviously to sell it.
Yeah. I mean,
And then you got to get producers. Producers have to like it enough to
Yeah.
get money. They got to get backers to put it in a theater, which costs God knows how much a week.
At least $6.
a lot of money. Yeah, some might say even $7. Yeah.
Yeah,
One of
it's-
those two.
I mean, it's a big deal now, bigger than ever before.
Yes. Yeah. Broadway is a very, very expensive thing right now. Yeah. I mean, it always has been, but particularly
That's
now.
why you start in Cleveland.
But you
Yeah, I mean,
also-
there's the out of town tryouts process, and there's all of those.
It takes a
so-
long time.
It
for
takes a very long
musical.
time
I
for a
mean,
show to.
Well, you've been
Yeah.
working on this a very long time, haven't you?
Yeah, we premiered Selection Summit at Summer Pops, sort of the year that we started writing it.
Yeah, I remember.
And then we took it down to the Kennedy Center, and we did the theater
That's before
festival
the
that-
sign went up. The
Yeah,
other
yes,
sign.
yes, yeah.
And
It is.
came down.
It is. It is a, to show
Yeah.
you how long ago it was. It was a very long time ago. Yes. So we did all of that, and we had some things lined up for May of 2020. Don't know if you heard of it. And that was going to be our like New York industry read. And
Yeah.
believe it or not the best time to work on a
Probably not. Yeah.
very, very large scale musical. Frankly, any musicals, but particularly a show that has a big orchestra and a big cast and things like that. People are a little wary of that, but things are kind of evening out again. So
That's good.
I love this though, and I can't wait
Mhm.
to. Obviously, the viewers at home will have already heard one of the songs. I can't wait to play this entire EP.
oh, thank you.
Like as soon as you leave, as soon as both
Thank
of you
you.
leave, I'm turning that on.
Thank you so much.
I'm turning off Noah Khan. I'm gonna try to not be depressed for a day. And
oh
then-
yes, you're something to cheer you up, like the Count of
like
Monte
the Count
Cristo.
of Monte Cristo. But it will.
Uh,
Because everything that you do is fantastic.
Oh, thank you. You have
And,
amazing taste.
I do.
I'm starting to get a little nauseous over here listening to this.
Oh, Rona. Rona can't let too many compliments go by
oh
without
yeah.
just knocking something down.
No, I give him plenty of compliments.
thank you.
He's amazing. I
You-
mean,
Thank you. Well, you're very.
he's
sweet.
amazing. We all
He
love
is.
John Tafone.
Okay, but also the two of you are also amazing. Like
Thank
you do so much to support like the arts in this community, and I mean it's really really
This
wonderful
is such
stuff.
a
Thank you.
great arts community.
It
It
is.
really
It
is.
really
I mean, I
is,
think
yeah.
about when I moved here, which was, I can't believe this Labor Day weekend will be 40 years.
Wow.
That was the biggest
Wow.
lie my husband ever told. He said, "We'll just be here 1 year." I'd never been in Rhode Island in my life.
Well, that's
Don't
very
worry,
lucky
it'll
for
only
us.
be for a year. Okay. But when we first moved here, I remember what downtown looked like. It was these empty stores, China Village was the most exciting place in downtown.
So I've heard.
There wasn't a whole lot about going with the arts.
They gave you a free ice cream at the end of the buffet, and I remember that as a kid.
They had
so
a buffet.
they had a
China Village had a buffet.
yeah.
I don't remember that.
They also
Wow.
had a smoking section, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
yeah.
But they had
So
a
did most airplanes at that time
well,
too.
they had a buffet, and they would give you you get free ice cream. And my parents, parenting, tried to limit the amount of ice cream we had, but we could have the free ice cream, and that was always very exciting.
I remember when Lucky House was where Family Dollar is.
Yes.
Yeah,
In the bowling alley plaza.
Yeah.
And they
That's
had
when we moved here.
they had a smoking section and a non-smoking section, but it was literally just a half wall. It was like
Mhm.
if you sit on this side of the booth,
Right.
smoking
Mhm.
section, this side of the
You
booth,
could watch
non-smoking
the
section.
smoke
Yeah.
going over.
Yeah, it would go over your head, and you would just be like, "Is that a poo-poo platter?" Or,
it's the theater of it, right?
It is,
Everything
it
comes
is.
back to theater. Yeah.
oh man,
And you talk about change, how theater has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, I wasn't aware of the financials of putting a show together, but I know it was not like now. You
Yeah.
know, a show went into a theater and it played for a long time. They weren't looking at the receipts every week, and they weren't necessarily getting big stars. And if they did, they didn't pay them much. If a big star
Mm.
came to Broadway, they were usually taking a cut from the
Yeah.
movies.
look
They
at
weren't
the
making $1
um,
million for Othello.
look
Yeah.
at the here's something that we all hear the cost of every year because it's announced because it's a fundraiser. Or
Pops?
because
Yeah.
the summer pops. I remember doing interviews post COVID of Ryan going, it's it's going to be $65,000 to do this year. And now, just a couple years
Yeah.
later, it's like 170 or
Yeah.
something.
190,
Yeah.
I think. This
190,
year.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's over it's $130,000 more than it was a couple years ago. A few
It's
years
all
ago.
the
It's
pieces.
so
though.
expensive
the sound
to-
and
It's
the
everything.
electrical
Yeah,
and
it's
the
everything. And so it's all like that. I mean, I remember like from when I was directing shows and producing them, I remember being able to do a show, the entire show for like $4,000 or $5,000. And by the end of it, it was like, okay, we have to raise $29,000 for this play that we're going to do
Yeah.
for a weekend.
Yeah.
And, there's a reason why I do this now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing too about like
And you have to keep reminding yourself.
theater.
of
I mean,
that.
depending on the run and stuff like that, that initial cost is always so
Yes.
high compared to, I mean, it takes forever for anything to recoup, if it recoups at
If
all.
it recoups at all.
I think I saw a thing like a day or two ago about how like no original run of a Sondheim show ever recouped,
Huh.
which is crazy. Like that he was the composer on, because West Side Story recouped, but
I can't wait to watch the Merrily We Roll Along movie.
oh yeah,
I have not seen it yet. I
I saw it
I-
on Broadway.
I can't believe
A
that
couple
the original.
times.
I can't believe that the original flopped though. That's the thing.
Who
that I
is
can't
in
believe.
that anyway? in the movie?
Daniel. Because it's a filmed version, right? Isn't
Yeah,
it,
it's a
of the-
filmed version
yeah.
of it with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, so it's Daniel Radcliffe, Jonathan Groff, Lindsay Mendez, right?
Oh, so it's the same people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that monitor just decided to get into your shot, but there we go.
It's saving. I have a pimple over it. It's just trying to
Oh,
like,
good.
yeah.
You moved the monitor
Yeah, just like
slowly while I
no
wasn't.
one will know.
Yeah.
John, gotta ask you this.
Yes.
Have you thought about the future? Well, I mean, goals, things you would like to do. That
I-
old expression, bucket list. Which I hate.
I mean, I
Right.
have. I feel like I have a little bit of like theater superstition of like if you say it out loud, then you jinx it.
Which is
you know.
why too that you have a lot of things going at once.
Yeah,
You got to keep all those
there are
balls
a
in the
ton
air.
of things that I want to do, and I'm lucky to be able to get to do quite a few of them. Even working on this recording, I got to work with so many talented Broadway friends and things like that. And I mean, we had an amazing cast on this. We had Vincent Michael, who is in Two Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York.
Yes.
Mary Kate Morrissey, who
Who was here last year?
Yeah, she was here for Summer Pops, and famously Elphaba in Wicked on Broadway. She's on this. Jeremy Stoll, Phantom and Phantom of the Opera. Nick Walker, Aaron Burr in Hamilton on Broadway. And then a wonderful ensemble of I would start listing people, but then I'm worried that I'll forget someone's name. An amazing ensemble of actors and a great orchestra. Like, I got to work with my buddy Juan Felipe on drums. He plays on Hamilton, and just to like get to have him come in and just be like, and we're just gonna let it rip. It's just like so much fun. Yeah.
And where do you actually do that?
Yeah. So
Not your apartment. I'm sure it's not big
not
enough.
my apartment. I have downstairs neighbors. Yeah. So we recorded a lot of it at the Greenwich House Music School, where I teach chorus and piano and voice and songwriting and things like that. So that's in the West
That's
Village.
how you pay for the groceries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of it we recorded out in Colorado. My friend Paul is out there and he did our mixing. So he recorded some stuff out there. And then we recorded the woodwinds and the brass were recorded out in California.
So it was done in pieces, and
It
then
was
you
done
put
in
it
pieces.
together.
Yeah, we have
It's like a modular home.
basically, yeah, we have a 25-piece orchestra.
Whoa,
Yeah, I know.
that's a lot.
It is
of
a lot of-
union people.
It's a lot of pieces. We filmed me sort of just conducting the whole thing and then sent out those clips, and then I got to have cold sweats every night to make sure that it would line up. And then
So you're conducting nothing.
basically, I
and
mean, I'm
then it's
conducting
put
my
together.
imagination. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there are some bits that are
Ben can do anything. I don't know if you could do that.
I don't know. I can't do anything that John can do. Are you
you can't do
kidding
anything
me?
you can do. So
No, he-
but yeah, and then it all, you put it together and you have all those notes and you're like, okay, well, I would like more from the bassoon, or could we have the attack on the second flute to be a little harsher, or the strings we did in New York.
I am absolutely fascinated. I had no idea it could
Yeah.
be done like that in pieces.
Well, the fun thing about that too is you get to work with such a wide variety of people there. Our woodwind, my woodwind guy, he went on tour with Hans Zimmer during the project. He was like, hey, he's like sent me a message and he's like, hey, so Hans Zimmer just asked if I would go on tour with him. I know we're supposed to record this week, and I was like, please go on tour with Hans Zimmer, work around your schedule. So things like that. But harp, we recorded Megan Siesma, who plays with the Coast Guard. I've gotten to write for her so many times. She's one of my favorite harpists. So just great to be able to have her on there if I wasn't just limited to, people who could make it to my studio.
Is Elena doing all the dialogue?
Yes, yeah, she's doing the
She's
book
doing
and
the
the lyrics,
dialogue and the lyrics.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to do, right?
I did,
Just do all the arranging.
music orchestrations and that
Yeah.
carry around like so much music, and then
Oh, I can
music
imagine.
directing the recording, and Andrew got a bunch of phone calls from me about what he thought tempos should be. And then I was like, you're wrong. And then he was like, you asked my opinion.
All right, so here's a question.
He ultimately was right, because he's
and
always right.
I'm
John,
not trying to be funny when I ask this.
Before you do that, I'm gonna do the most unprofessional thing. Can you move that monitor like just to the wall as much as possible? It keeps it keeps moving into your shot, and I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Hey.
Okay.
What would you like me to do?
I would
Be
like you
nice.
to continue to ask your question in a way that is perfect.
All
So
these-
continue as you were.
I have seen you at the Pops carrying around thousands of pages.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Now,
of music.
if you've got this for every project, I know what the apartments are like in New York. Where do you store them all?
The recycling bin, unfortunately.
Oh.
It is, I mean, it's digital, basically. We've got digital copies of everything.
I'm sure you do.
I, for a long time, would keep the Summer Pops music at my parents' house. in my like childhood bedroom closet, and they were like, "You can't keep this much stuff here. Like, we have people who visit. Like, people want to put stuff in this closet." And I was like, "I guess you don't need an arrangement of Natural Woman that I did in like 2015. I guess that can,
Oh wow.
yeah."
Make it
Yeah.
keep that stuff at the chorus hall. They got
Yeah,
archives.
well, there's copies of it. Obviously, Andrew has his sets, and I have my own sets, and so he's got his copies.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
John, last question.
Yeah.
Don't let
I
them
can't
leave.
say what's next. I really can't say what's next because do you get up in the morning and know if you don't have an appointment or a recording session what you're going to do, or is it I think I'll play with Monte Cristo today. I think I'll work for this guy today. Is it up to mood? Is it up to
Up to Mood sounds so
And
beautiful and
Deadline, too.
idyllic.
I'm sure
It is.
Deadline.
It is. I get up in the morning and I write. And I mean, it's a muscle, So
muscle memory too?
yeah, but so the more that you're, writing and things like that, the more that it's just easier to do it.
Are you doing what you wanted to do when you were a little boy?
Yes,
When you were growing up, you knew this is just what I want to do.
as a child, I often told my parents that the two things I wanted to do, or that I was torn between, was I either wanted to be a lobster or a composer, and one of those things worked out well for me. So
Well, they both have tentacles.
I want to be a lobster.
they both have claws.
Now, I thought you were going to say lobster fisherman, but there was no
no,
other
no,
word.
just a
Nothing.
lobster.
No
yeah.
other word.
I want to be a lobster.
If I was
but-
going to boil
Yeah.
it down to two words, I
Will
guess
you?
composer.
Well,
or
don't say
lobster.
boil it down. That's offensive.
Yeah. Well, you get dropped in hot water a
It's
lot.
fine. It's fine.
I didn't mean it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Are we done?
Oh my god. I guess
We
have
will
to let him leave
definitely
now.
have John to phone back when he's in the neighborhood between projects. You're probably never
John, you are
between.
welcome anytime on any show
That's
Oh,
right.
thank
for
you.
anything.
Except
you
sports, because you probably would be terrible.
Oh my god!
I-
Kick the sports people off.
I
don't care.
actually my sports thing, new sports thing. I recently got to write for the U.S. Open.
Ah, but you were
yeah,
writing
okay.
music.
Music. Oh, yeah.
You
I
weren't
wasn't-
doing
I wasn't-
play-by-play.
I wasn't writing sports. Yeah, I wasn't doing announcements or anything. But yeah, so that was a fun little.
The monitor came back.
Oh no! It's trying to
just-
save everyone
It
from my face.
really wants to be in the show.
I think this is a really good time to say
No, how dare you, Rhoda? We're gonna keep
No.
this show going forever with John.
we are going to take our break now, and when we come back, we will have the movie guy. We will have Bill Doherty, he of the Mystic Luxury Cinema, the South County Cinemas, Madison, Connecticut, and Westbrook Cinemas. And he's got to be a happy guy because we've got hot weather today and a hot Christopher Nolan movie opening this weekend. So we will be back with Man About Town right after this.
Oh, let's go down to Toscanos. Men shop downtown Westerly, where style and class go hand in hand. You can look your best and dress to please. Buy the right shoe, get the left one free. And if Paulie makes fun of you, you get an even bigger discount too. Toscano's men's shop since 1911.
I'm Ryan Collins. I'm the clinic director, specialized orthopedic physical therapy. Every time you come in, you work one-on-one with the physical therapist, personalized one-on-one care with that person. Working with Wood River is very beneficial because we have great relationships with all the doctors. Do not hesitate to give us a call, come in for an evaluation, or talk to your doctor, and they can refer you to physical therapy.
Lickety splits where the summer sticks on our fingers, on our lips.
2 scoops high in a waffle twist.
We're living it up at Lickety Splits. Lickety Splits, take your flavor pick. Rainbow swirl or classic mix.
Big wide smiles and a sugar blitz.
Yeah, everyday sweet at Lickety Splits. Hey!
At the Ocean Community YMCA, community means showing up across 4 branches and 2 summer camps, all rooted in one shared mission. Every day we bring people together to grow stronger in spirit, mind, and body. From fitness floors to youth programs, from lifelong friendships to unforgettable summer memories. No matter your age or stage of life, there's a place for you here to belong, to thrive, and to be supported. This is the place where everyone belongs. This is the Ocean Community YMCA.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
She's there, she's everywhere, she's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
Well, we are back. And here we are in our 9 o'clock hour, but without a microphone. Had to put this aside when we left John Tiffone, but we are now back, second hour. And if this is your first time or you're just coming in, welcome to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are brought to you by Valenti Toyota at Dunn's Corner. Now Tim Kaplan in the helm, replacing Bruce Morrow, although there is no producing Bruce Morrow, no replacing Bruce Morrow. But he wanted to come in, get acquainted. He's very busy. They had a big sale last weekend, and the good prices continue. So go into Valenti and tell them that you're very happy that they sponsor Man About Town. And being that this is the third week of the month, it seems like you were just here.
It does. It goes by real fast.
We have Bill Doherty from the Mystic Luxury Cinemas, the All South County Cinemas, Madison Cinema, and Westbrook.
Westbrook, yes.
12.
12, that's correct.
Okay,
correct.
so
Yes,
before we, let me ask you a question about Madison.
Okay.
You had that wonderful America's Killing Me documentary, James Montgomery's brother.
Yes.
How did it go? I know I talked to someone who had been there, and she said that, you know, that they didn't have the greatest amount of audience. It wasn't, I guess, promoted for a long enough period.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's hard in the summer. People are doing
a program like that is more challenging during the summer months. And
Right.
in that particular case, we were asked very, very late in the game. James Montgomery had given me a call. We were probably have a 2-week notice to put it together.
Will you have it back at any of your other theaters?
We did speak to James about that, and what we're going to do is we're going to put together a program for him in the fall in Mystic.
Great.
So we will bring the film back.
I saw it when it was in Mystic a year and a half ago. It was fantastic.
And it's important that we show it. And so we showed it in Madison on the last day of the month, which was Pride Month. So that's why we showed that. And we will bring that back because it's an important film.
So well done.
Yeah.
So very well done.
I know it means a lot to James and his family, so we will bring that back. But
Great.
Thank you for asking. Thank you.
So what's doing in the movies? You got some big movies.
Well,
We said that we actually gave you a push the other day. We said that you were going to be on today and that you'd be talking about the big Mr. Nolan's done it again, and you're opening with another one.
Well, we're going to see that here in the next couple of days, but I can go back up a little bit on that.
All right, go ahead.
We have seen a renaissance in our industry, so to speak. It's been great to see patrons really coming back, and this has been going on for a little bit now. Really, I could trace it back till basically Thanksgiving, and one film after another has seemed to work very well. We got into the first of the year, and then we saw some of the new films open up. Project Hail Mary was new content. That did very well. And then we saw some of these other smaller films that were really taken over by Gen Z with The Obsession and Back Rooms. We also set a record with the bio Michael. Which just reached $1 billion, the first ever bio to do that.
Wow.
So
I read that the Gen Zs especially want the demons, the horror, all that. That's what's in right now, that's what's coming in.
That's right. And I have a smile on my face here because it's really, in my world, it's no different than what I've experienced over the last 50 years. It all goes in cycles. I've seen us at our knees when people are ready to write off the industry, and I've seen us fight our way back. And this is no different because what we're seeing here is the Gen Z, who during COVID, it was all very cool, I guess, to watch movies on your iPads and cell phones. I guess they found out it's not really cool. It's more cool to come over.
You don't have surround sound, for one thing. You don't have that giant screen that you measure in feet.
That's right, exactly. And that, to me, that's what will always win. Did you want to be the person who went to your friend and said, I didn't see Obsessions, I'm going to wait till it's streaming? No, you wanted to be with your friends and see a suspense thriller like that on the big
screen. So you
screen.
can scream together and
that's right.
Throw popcorn up in the air together.
That's right. And then you see, like, we've had the Mario Brothers, Toy Story here.
Right.
Well, to today's generation, it may say Toy Story 5, but to today's generation, that's their Toy Story 1. So they're coming with their families and their parents taking them. They may be, their Toy Story was number 2 or 3, but to you or I, Toy Story 1 was our number 1. But my point is that it always cycles around. We come to new seasons, we come to different times of the year where new films come out, and it's always nice a couple times a year to go see a movie.
Do you think that there will be, as things become cyclical, where they start making movies again with people in them without avatars and AIs and all these little funny things? I mean, I'm not saying that any of that's bad because there's certainly a market for it.
100%.
But I was having a conversation with someone who's actually about 10 years younger than I am. And she said, I haven't been to the movies this year. I just want to go see a story with live actor people.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've spoken about this many, many times.
Yeah.
That part of the industry, it certainly has changed. You know, when I was coming up in this and watching my
Well, it's
dad
all that technology, too.
Correct. And also we're in a society is much faster paced now, where back, I hate to say my days, but yeah, I guess so, where you'd put on the marquee, you know, the actor's name. You know, Clint Eastwood starring in, you know, one of his westerns, or Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry. That name sold.
Or Jackie Gleason, Smokey and the Bandit, one of your favorites.
Right, exactly. But today we don't have that star power like that.
Yeah.
That name is not going to sell. It's not just them. It's also look back on the you and I have spoken about this. The directors years ago, Steven Spielberg presents. You could sell the film that way. Or Cecil B. DeMille presents.
Oh, that was the biggie when I was a kid. I remember.
Huge. Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds.
Yes.
That name would sell that product. We don't.
Christopher Nolan's name doesn't sell.
It does. It certainly does. But I guess what I'm talking about is more on a mass appeal for all films.
Have you ever thought about it would be difficult to do in Mystic because I know your space is limited. So you've got the posters outside on the side of the building. But like where Raj is at South County Cinemas, have you ever thought about doing a marquee up there? Would they allow that in the, I guess
I'm
not.
laughing right now because you're never going to guess where I was yesterday morning discussing this topic.
Really?
Yes.
Because I mean, it's a perfect location.
The plan, the plan is already drawn, and there would.
And the shopping center, it's okay with them, right?
Well, that's what we're working on. That's who I met with yesterday. We've got a project going on down there in South Kingstown, which is really a special one to my partner and I, because he and I love to do the building side of the theaters. And South County was designed back, it's over 20 years old. And at the time, it was designed for the industry the way it was then. And things have changed, obviously, now. So what we're going to be doing is taking the cafe area there, and we're going to be building Cinema 9.
Cinema 9?
Cinema 9.
What is Cinema 9?
Well, it's going to be...
Well, you've got 8
we have 8
auditoriums.
So now we're going to increase it to 9.
So you're actually going to put another auditorium.
Yeah, there's going to be another...
Now, will that be for special films, different
We're going to do that one a little differently. Yes, the interior will be done with some surprises. I'll tell you that. It's going to be a little different, but it's going to be built on that corner. And so to do that, the construction includes taking out windows and some doors and reconfiguring. And in the plan was to incorporate a marquee on the front of that building.
Uh-huh.
So
I think that would be such a great idea.
It would.
And make it look like an old-fashioned, a vintage marquee.
Right.
The little bulb lights all around. And
exactly.
that would be excellent.
It would really, really sharpen the front of that building up. So, yeah, that's what we're working on.
And you could do a grand opening with the searchlight in the sky going around. And they used to do that, didn't they? Years years ago.
Yeah,
like in the 30s and 40s.
You're going way back on that one. But,
yeah.
Certainly. I do remember the curtains opening when we first took over Mystic, which would have been late 70s. It still had the curtains in front of the screen. So you'd start your movie and then the curtains would slowly
Now
open.
you have commercials when you get in there. But those commercials, I'm sure, pay well.
Yes, but I was asked about that yesterday from a patron. They were engaging me in a conversation about advertising and how really upsetting it is to them. And
they find that, well, it's not like there's more on television.
Well,
way more on television.
Yes. Here's my take on it. We certainly need the revenues that come in from that. But where I think we've kind of got a little off kilter here is the time that is allotted for advertising in trailers. Case in point, if you go to one of the larger chains, you could sit in there 30 or more minutes of watching trailers, yes, but also advertising in between. In our theaters, we keep that to no more than 10 minutes. That includes your trailers and your advertising.
Which is fine. Which
is reasonable. And here is my take on it, which I've talked to people in our industry, and nobody seems to bring up this angle of it. It's easy to talk about the revenue side. I get that, and that's important. But there's another piece that really bothers me. Is, let's say, Rona, you are an avid moviegoer and you love to come down every week.
Right.
Part of your routine is you like to get there just even 5 or 10 minutes early, which is not unreasonable to think. So you get there at 10 minutes before the show, you go get your favorite concessions, you sit down and watch the pre-show, as we call
I
it.
usually have most of the popcorn done before the movie ever starts.
There's my point right there. And I have spoken to people in our industry down in Washington about this. And as a matter of fact, the conversation I had with it, he had just gone to the president of our association had just gone to a movie, and he watched 40 minutes of trailers and advertising. So I asked him, I said, well, when the actual feature started, did you have any concessions to enjoy? He said, no.
Because
So
he'd eaten it all.
Yeah. It's all eaten. Well, wouldn't it be nice to have some popcorn while the action's going on in the
Yes.
movie? The reason you're there? So, and the other part it does too is that you get other people, say Ben over here, he doesn't want to watch trailers and advertising. So
Right.
now his new approach to going to the movies is, well, if they advertise it at 7, I'm going to show up at 7:20.
Yep.
Okay? You did.
I'm always afraid. You know, I'm never sure with that time.
Right.
Does that mean when the feature's going on or when you start?
Actually-
and I'm always afraid that I'm going to miss the beginning, so I'm always there.
Fun fact. You used me as an example for that.
Yep.
My girlfriend, when I was in my early 20s, worked at a movie theater, and she was like, by the way, the average preview time is 15 minutes at that time. It was like 14:50, right? And she was like, so we never went to a movie more than 10 minutes late or less than 10 minutes late. Like, we never, because otherwise you're just sitting there for the movie. So every time we would try to rush to a movie, we'd be like, that's fine. If it says 7 o'clock, we're not going to get there till 7:15 because that's when the movie starts.
Okay.
And we were never, ever, ever late for the start of the movie.
Now, thank you for bringing that point up, because that exactly shows what I'm trying to prove here.
That
is
was,
that
what, about 15 years ago or something?
2008, yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's gotten worse now. Now we're up to a half hour of these trips.
Well, you know, both of you know, I realize our audience doesn't know, although I'm sure some of them do, DJ Gadget, who
Yeah.
is an excellent producer and talent and has been here. I remember her saying, and I won't mention the name of the theater, but you're going to know instantly. This was a few years ago. She went to one of the chain theaters in Waterford to see a movie. And she said she got so annoyed that she started yelling out loud.
I'm not
As
surprised.
she is wont to do. But after about 15 minutes, she was yelling, "Put the damn movie on." She was just having a fit because it was too much.
All you have to do is stand in the back of the auditorium. You can hear the gasps. Another one.
Yeah.
Now, what Ben's point was, okay, so now Ben, you like to do it 10 minutes early. Ben comes in 10 minutes late. Okay, so now Ben is getting in the auditorium late. Whether the house lights are up or down, that's different for all theaters. But either way, he is now coming to his seats that might be in front of you, and he's disrupting you. You know, no, we all come in together.
Well, I can kick, though. I'm really good at kicking.
You know, and
No, I would not kick
what if
back.
he's, you know, has a group of, you know, 4 or 5 and
Yeah,
little kids,
exactly.
and all of a sudden they're trying to get their seats, and yet you've already been engaged in your entertainment, and your entertainment includes watching the trailers. You happen to
And
like them.
also, and now we can bring up one of your favorite, and I say that with a with a thumbs down, subjects, but mine as well. That person who comes in just before hasn't turned his or her cell phone off yet.
Correct.
So they're there, and now the light, because now the house lights are going down, and their lights are on, and they're talking, and where do you want to sit, and could you pass me that? And yeah, that can be annoying
Well,
too.
I've got a good story here for a case study. The Alamo Theater chain, which runs fantastic theaters, They are out of Texas.
I was going to say they got to be out of San Antonio.
Yeah, they're out of Texas. That's where they started, and they have expanded to many states now. I don't know how many locations they have, but they have now one in New York, and they have one in Boston that they just recently, maybe a year or two, took one over in Boston. And their concept is more dine-in. So people are able to get meals. Well, their policy was always, and they were extremely strict on this, no cell phones. And if you were caught on them, you had to leave. And they were very, very strict on it. It was one of their strict policies.
I'm all for that.
Well, through decision making, they decided to change the way they did their ordering with the food with an I don't know how this stuff all works myself. I have no desire to, but I guess it's with an app, and then you barcode and you're ordering from your seat. Well, that means now everybody's putting a light
They do
up.
that in the ballparks too.
Yes.
Yes, the bigger ones.
Exactly. And now here we are in movie theaters using barcodes. Well, go look at the patron responses.
Yeah.
I went to a theater in New Hampshire once where they had like all of the seats were like the back seats of Cadillacs.
Oh yeah.
And
Really?
yeah, and there were tables, and you would order like a meal, right? So you could order full meals and whatever, and there were waiters and waitresses, but you had to order, like you had to get there 30 minutes before the show. Your order had to be in at a certain time, and they did not like come in and do stuff during the actual performance or during the actual movie.
That's how it should be.
Because we're losing track of why are we there?
Exactly. Because you're going to get somebody in the middle of the movie say, I need some more salt here. Do you have ketchup? And
Well,
that kind of kills everything.
Just human nature, okay? The three of us are sitting down and we watch a movie, and we order all different things, chicken sandwiches and burgers and all these different sandwiches and everything. It's all human nature. You almost want to always ask the person, how's your sandwich?
Yeah.
You know, my fries are cold.
Yep.
And now, so you have this interacting in, but we
And you
forgot why we're
forget
here.
why you're there.
Why you're there.
Yeah, and I've always thought, I'm a big fan of popcorn. So the popcorn, the candy, even some of the smaller foods that you have, that's great. But people can live for 2.5
I was just
hours
about to bring up
without
that-
having a meal.
I was just about to bring that point up. The movies generally are an hour and a half. Odyssey is 3 hours. So there's your extreme.
Right.
Folks,
And especially in
yeah.
Mystic, you got a ton of restaurants right outside they can go to before or after.
Yeah. And to me, in my world, it was popcorn, drinks, and candy bars.
Yeah.
And it worked
Boy,
fine.
has that changed.
It worked fine then. You know,
Yeah.
when I see
Now you're what, mozzarella sticks and
at 9:30 in the morning. The other
that,
day,
that still gets me.
The
And
other-
yet you don't bring popcorn to us at 9:00.
No, you know why? Because I came straight here. That's why.
Oh,
such
such an excuse.
I will next time. We'll get you some. But I did think about it. But that's what we have now. We have our morning shows where people are ordering chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks at 9:30 in the morning.
Well,
You know, and I've said this before. I'm extremely proud, and I thank everybody for their support. Mystic is the only 4-screen theater that I can find in the country that opens up every day for a morning show.
which is great.
And we do very well.
But
in
you know, going back to the chicken fingers for a minute and the mozzarella and all of that, I'm going to say the 2 words to you that I say almost every time you're here, because I think you and Harold, it would just take off. Breakfast sandwiches.
Yes.
They can be made and just bang them in the microwave or whatever. People love those things.
You want to know something?
It's a lot easier. It's not as messy.
Just so you know, you've got a little drag with Harold and I. Last time I was here and you and I spoke about this,
Right.
I did speak to him about it, and I told him that I was going to get this rolling with Lorraine in Mystic because, yes.
Try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
We
but try it.
we did do it once. We did do it once, but we didn't stay with it.
How did it go, though?
It went well because at that time we were getting our morning show policy developed. Well, it's been going for a while now, and it's really developed very nicely. So to introduce that as an option, I think is a very good idea.
Okay, today's Wednesday. Isn't Wednesday Family Day, or was that Tuesday?
Not today. Today is our bargain day.
Yeah.
$2,
right?
Oh well. Oh, you mean the family summer series? Well, the theaters are different. Madison and South Kingstown do it, I think, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Mystic.
Oh, they do 2 days.
All the theaters do it 2 days now, but we rotate them between the 4. That way.
Very good.
Yeah, and we had one the other day in Mystic. It was pretty much sold out. I love that show. It's my fun one. All seats are $2.
Exactly, because people can come in this kind of weather. It's in the morning, right?
Yeah.
So they can come in, they can see a movie for $2, they can still go to the beach.
That's right.
Or whatever they have planned.
I really like that series that we do in the summertime.
Now, are the adults $2 as well?
Everybody's $2. Yeah.
So, wow. So mom brings 3 little yard apes with her, and it's 2, 2, 2, 2.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. They could all go for $2.
Such a way with words,
Yeah,
Rona.
you're right. I thought that myself, but
I didn't hear, Ben. What did you say?
Such a way with words.
No, that's actually, I'm stealing it. That is Garfield from the comic strip. That's what he calls children, yard apes.
Oh, geez.
And I think that's such a great term.
Well, no, that's a fun series. It gives everybody the opportunity to come down to the theater. Want to hear something neat? The other day I was on YouTube and I saw a introductory video for the movie Easy Rider.
What, the original?
The original.
Wow.
And
Peter Fonda and who?
Well, this was cool before cool was cool. You had Peter Fonda.
Yeah. And who else? I'm trying.
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. That's who I was trying to.
Very young Jack Nicholson. And so what it was the introductory with the song from the Byrds. And so I'm watching it, and I was taken back to a time in the early 70s when my dad was operating his theaters, and I remember seeing the press books of Easy Rider. And to a 8-10-year-old boy, that was such a big deal, these choppers and, that kind of lifestyle. So Harold and I spoke the other day, and we are going to bring that in this fall. We're going to show Easy Rider.
I think you will do so well with that.
Yep.
Because it's going to be like what you were saying about Toy Story 5.
Right.
To some people, that will be Easy Rider 1.
Right. They'll see it
to people like my age, that will be, wow, what a great blast from the past. I remember seeing that at.
That's right.
And then there's everybody in between.
We some of them work, some don't. Last night, yesterday. Do you know what our busiest one single show was in South Kingstown?
Yesterday?
Jaws.
Wow.
Jaws from 1975. Yes, we put that on.
That makes it every time it's shown. I mean, they show it down here at the Misquamicut Drive-In, and they do it at the beginning of the season. That's usually their first movie, and then they do it at the end, and they always just pack them in.
Yeah,
and it's people who've seen it on TV.
That's
you
right.
can't see it on TV.
No, and so this year I said to Raj and Harold, I said, let's, instead of just picking a day and doing a one-off showing of it, I said, let's just pop it in during times we have a free screen. And I think he did one like on a Sunday afternoon, and then we did one last night. So they're scattered through the summer, but when we show them, they're pretty filled up.
And this was at South County?
Kingstown. Yeah, in South County.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you're near the beach, too.
And the other idea I had with, I threw at Harold and Sam that this one's going to be fun. When I was growing up, there was a thing that people used to love to do. They used to love to go to double features.
Yeah.
Right? That was.
Oh, you had double features with a newsreel, with cartoons, with coming attractions that lasted 3 minutes.
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So you were in there for the whole afternoon.
Yeah.
So we are looking. He sent a bunch of proposals over the other day, and one of them included Easy Rider, because we'll do it like on a flashback.
Yeah, you got to get a shorter movie. You can't get these 3-hour
No,
movies.
they got to be shorter. But one of the ones that I have, the idea was back to Alfred Hitchcock. In September to do an Alfred Hitchcock double feature, whether it's Birds and Psycho or something like that. I think it'd be pretty neat to see that on the big screen, like a double feature.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it would be great to have, I'm thinking of these things like Psycho could be brought to you by one of these places you see on TV where they redo the bathroom and the shower in just one day. That would be great.
Back to your
or Jaws, you could have sponsored by the places that do in just one day they do the implants.
But it's funny how we started out today. Your commentary about actors. Real actors.
Real actors, yeah.
This is what we're
the
talking.
Dennis Hoppers, the Peter Fondas, the
That's
Jack
what we're
Nicholsons.
talking about. Exactly. That all I have to do is put it on the marquee. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds and Psycho.
You would be sold out probably online.
Yeah.
People buying the tickets online ahead of time.
You were able to market films that way, and we just don't have that today.
Yeah.
Does not mean that we're not making great films. That has nothing to do with it, but we just don't.
Well,
have
we
it.
got some real people coming up. We got to take a break right now.
Okay, let's do it.
And we're going to be asking you to take a look at these ads from the local people who live here. We ask you to shop local. These are your neighbors, your friends. This is what keeps 321 Media streaming on the air, and it keeps Man About Town on the air. We'll be right back.
If you want a sweet treat or a bite to eat, if you're shopping for the week or a great piece of meat, there's only one place to go. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. Meet me at Dunn's Corners Market. If you're here for the weekend or you're here for a lifetime, meet me at Dunn's Corners Market.
I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community-oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-1684 to book an estimate.
I'm Gretchen Miller. I'm the owner of Martin House Books in Westerly, Rhode Island. We have 2 floors. The top floor is all adults. The bottom floor is children's. We have the cafe here too. That's a separate business, Cafe 1888. Come down to Martin House Books, enjoy a great coffee, and pick out another great read.
The largest reason we opened up Seaside Pharmacy was to help our community better than the big box stores. We get to know you better, fast and friendly service. So we'd love to have you come in and check out Seaside Pharmacy and see what we have to offer.
I'm Dale Sold, the owner of Shoreline Painting and Cabinet Refinishing. My vision for the company has always been to elevate paint contracting. When you call, you get a live person. Typically, we have estimates out the same day. We have really good communication with our customers daily. We make sure you're completely happy before we leave the project. We service residential and commercial customers. The commercial work we do is typically more community-oriented. We just completed a expansion of our shop. We added 3 more spray booths to allow us to increase capacity. You can find us at 77 Stillman Ave in Pawcatuck. You can find us on our website at shorelinepaintingri.com, or you can call the office 401-834-1684 to book an estimate.
I'm Josh Sherman, owner of Breachway Building Company. We specialize in kitchens, bathrooms, interior renovations of all kinds. Please feel free to give me a call to help you out with your next project. Breachway Building Company. We are building your dreams one wall at a time.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
321 is about so much more than sports. We're about community, family, small businesses, nonprofits, and sharing stories that deserve to be heard. 321, what's your story?
She's there, she's everywhere, she's everywhere. She's a man about town and she knows what's going down.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming back to Man About Town. We are a production of 321 Media, and we are sponsored by Tim Kaplan and his entire staff at Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corner. Stop in, thank them for doing that. Take a look at those great cars. You get a Subaru, you're going to have it for 100,000, 200,000, maybe hitting 300,000 miles. They're great cars to get. So stop in today. And stop in and see a movie in this heat.
Yes, but I can
You
also,
can't be at the beach all day.
Before that, I can give a nice plug to Subarus. My lady friend just purchased a Subaru, and she loves her Subaru. So
That's great. Wonderful. And
Yeah.
she'll have it longer than she'll have you, probably.
I'm sure that Subaru will outlast me.
Oh, wow.
Boy, we really digressed on that one, didn't
Yeah,
we? There,
it
Ben.
did.
Rona threw us a curveball.
Once again, Rona has a way with words.
Yes, but then again,
I know who I can pick on.
Yes, but then again, who's going to open up the movies?
Ah, that's
That's why
true.
when I-
That's why you have Raj and Lorraine and all
Oh my
these
God! Just
wonderful people.
don't double down on it, Rona.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Well, I'm going to share a story with her. Recently, about a month ago, I had to go in for a little surgical procedure, and I always make sure that I bribe the doctors before they.
You give them movie
I
tickets
give movie
before
tickets.
they.
Should see the look on his face when I walked into the room, and I asked him if he liked movies, and he was a little dumbfounded. He says, "I guess so. Yes." I said, "Well." And then I introduced myself, and I says, "Here, I'm going to bribe you." I says, "For you and for all your staff here." I says, "You got to make sure you get me back." I says, "Because I got to open up the movies tonight."
That's
so
funny.
we have some fun, no. And what was your question there? I'm sorry, you had a question.
I don't remember.
I kind of went off in right field myself, but
No, I just
it's been a
I
great-
was asking. We did talk about it during the break about your southernmost theater, but what's coming up this weekend, and what else is opening besides the Christopher Nolan
Well-
spectacular? And they're running a lot of TV ads for that.
yes.
A lot.
I can tell you this: Raj and Harold went to the screening of it last week, and Raj, as we know, is a real cinephile.
Oh, yeah.
He used the word groundbreaking. There was stuff that
Really?
was done in there. Now he saw it in the IMAX, but he goes, there was stuff done in there that he had never seen. He says it was really, really good. 3-hour movie. He says takes a little while for it to get going. He says, but then all of a sudden the switch goes on, and he says it's just nonstop. He enjoyed it very much. And what's nice, as I always told you, it's not about today's film. It's about what I've got coming next, because I've already got you sitting in the seat watching Odyssey, and what's next after that is the Superman. No, sorry, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's sort of a difference between the two.
We just had Supergirl, and that one didn't work out too well.
Yeah, I heard that nationwide didn't work out well.
That happens.
And you never know.
Nope, you don't know.
The things you think are going to be great aren't, and vice versa. You've told me enough over the years about that.
Look what happened with that movie Obsession and Back Rooms. I think Back Rooms was made for like $2 or $3 million. And went on
Which
to,
is not a lot of money today, right?
No, it's nothing in as far as production budgets. And those films are still going. There's still theaters that are playing the Michael Jackson movie and still doing well with it.
Right.
You know, and that's what we need is we need the layers of film on top of each other to get you back. Okay, the people sitting in Odyssey.
Interesting expression, the layers of film.
Well,
I like
that's
that.
how it works. Because, and I'll go back to the COVID where we had the disruption, which really sent us into a tailspin. But then you had the writer's strike after that. So there were a lot of things.
That's right. I
there was a
forgot
lot
about
of
that.
things
You
working.
had one thing piled right on another.
So that when they kicked out there and say, I'll use 22 as a base, 22, 23, 24 going forward, yes, we had our films that worked. The Barbie was humongous. The Avatar, and there were other films in there that did very, very well.
Did anybody know ahead of time, and not the naysayers and not the ones who said, well, I knew it would be, that Barbie would have been that big?
I don't know about that big, but that was...
Of course, they put the two together, the two movies.
Right.
And that became then a trend, a thing.
Bar-
We're going to go see 5 hours worth of movies.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah. I would have been asleep 5 hours worth of movies.
But my point is, okay, after those films, now I can't off the top of my head recall what they were, but we didn't have the other ones behind it to get you into that.
Yeah.
Well, now
But you say that's normal, that's your business. It's up and down.
it's up and down, but I still have got to be able to sell a product to get you back in there. And
Right.
so now we're starting to see that with more films being released, Gen Z coming back.
Does Odyssey have all live bodies in it? Live people?
I don't have the answer to that. I'm
Okay.
sure there's some.
I'm sure there's a lot of AI in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
but and I know they've got some big star power. But it's not a bunch of avatars flying around or anything. Okay. Okay.
No, as a matter of fact, you know, I started working on a little collection of mine. I've actually been a little surprised that they're not as expensive as I thought. There's a website where you can go buy old movie posters. Now, I wish I had just saved all the piles that were in our house. Piles of them. Back.
That's like baseball cards.
Yeah.
I wish I'd saved mine.
Exactly. The ones that interest me are the folded ones. In 1980, they started coming rolled, but before that, in the 70s and prior, yeah, they were. They used to be. They were folded. They'd come 8.5 by 11. You'd open them up, and they'd have all the creases, and you'd they'd mail them to my dad's office.
And then how'd you get you had to steam them out or something?
No,
or
you just
just
unfold
by
it,
opening
and
it.
you just put it in the frames, and they weren't backlit or anything. They were just paper things in a frame. So what I've done is I started going in and looking at some of them, and when I do retire, the one that I really, really want to buy, although it's $1,500,
Yikes.
James Bond Diamonds Are Forever.
Oof.
Somebody has one of them. It's an original from 1970. That was the first Bond that I remember as a kid.
1,500. Wow.
Yeah, some of these are very, very expensive. But what I found was I looked at some of the old Disney ones. But I guess by today's generation, the Disney movies that they're more obviously my generation. And so I started looking them up, you know, The Song of the South, The $1 Million Duck, The World's Greatest Athlete. Those are the ones that I remember my dad doing the ads for when I was like 10 years old. So I've started...
Do they sell them at conventions? I mean, when Raj and Harold go out to Vegas and watch movie after movie after movie every year, do they have vendors selling stuff, merchandise, things like that?
Whatever the film companies, they usually give you care packages with, you know, it could be cups and stuff with all the...
But they're giving you care packages of the current stuff that they
Yes.
want to
Oh,
promote.
yeah, but not-
They're
not-
not giving you posters from 40 years ago.
No,
or
no,
whatever.
no. And I did find it cost me $175. I'm not ready for that. Deliverance, an original Deliverance. That's the one I want.
Well, 175 is better than 1,500.
You're right.
By a long shot.
But most of them, some of those ones said about the Disneys, they're not very expensive at all. I guess.
Now, if you got them, do you have room in your home to put them up,
Yeah,
or would you put them up in the theater?
No, I put those in a frame. I already have two. I've got a couple in my house that are in frames that are very special to me. I've got the original Great White Hope, which was the first movie my dad ever played at his theater in Groton. I also have the Elliot Gould, I Love My Wife. Those are his first two movies.
Wow, I Love My Wife?
Yeah.
Was a movie?
Yep, Elliot Gould. 19...
Gotta be 65, maybe?
No, well, when it opened at my dad's theater, it was St. Patrick's Day, 1971. I think it was March 3rd in 1971.
When did he do MASH? Was that before or after?
That was after, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember all those press books downstairs, The Clockwork Orange, Last Tango in Paris, The Godfather, The French Connection, all those films. I remember just stacks of posters and press books in the basement.
I thought you have to return them now to the film companies when they come in. Because I can remember a few years ago there was one that little girl wanted, the mother and the little girl, and I thought you said it had to be returned to the film company. I think it was a Barbie one.
They're supposed to be returned. I mean, they're not for...
Supposed to be, but they're
right,
not.
They're not. And patrons ask us every once in a while, and especially if I know about it, I try to make it happen. There was somebody the other day that asked me for one. I forgot which one it was. And,
do you have any live shows coming in, like Patty, the psychic lady?
Yeah, Patty Griffin here is back in August. She's going to be playing Madison.
She does well in Madison. She's got a fan base
She's
there,
got a big
right?
fan base there. And then also, it's been a while, several months since she's been there, but she's going to come back and do all three theaters.
Great.
Not too much live going on right now, except for Patty. We got the Mystic Film Festival we've been working on.
I just saw that. I was just sent an email, I think from the United, where they're looking for volunteers because they talked about the different locations for the film festivals, and your theater was one of them.
Right. That started with Shireen Anderson, I think we're almost 9 or 10 years ago. I still remember our first meeting at the theater, and she had this idea that she would love to put together a film festival, and I and my partner really loved the idea. So it's been going on for about 10 years now, and it has expanded out.
And it's got 4 locations, I think,
Yeah.
this year. I know the United is one. You're a theater. There's one in Stonington.
I think down in the
In
mill.
the borough.
Yeah, the borough. They have a.
And I don't remember the other one, but I just got that the other day.
Yeah, it's really expanded, and it's kind of neat because more than once, I've been stopped out in public and reminded about how in a community, a young local filmmaker, that their film was in there, and how much they appreciate that. So it's left a lot of great memories.
So these are all new films or indies or
we have
not in the major theaters
No,
yet?
and these are all chosen by Shireen and her group. We don't have any say on what films. She puts together the entire program, which we love working with her. And
So do people then buy each individual film, or do they buy some kind of a pass?
I believe she has both. You could buy it for individual, or you could buy some pass that would allow you to go to several of the films. But
Because people do love film festivals.
oh yeah, and it's grown every single year, and I think it's incredibly important myself to have that at the theater. I really do.
What do you have upcoming for fall that you can announce?
Well,
and we can also talk about rentals for fall.
Yeah.
And start thinking about gifts. They're pushing Christmas gifts already, which is amazing.
A couple of things I can talk about here. We got some films coming. We talked about the Spider-Man. There's new Paw Patrol. for any of the kids for love their four-legged friends. That'll be here in August. There's usually one more family film that comes in.
The original Paw Patrol movie was actually great.
Okay, so you're giving a big push for Paw Patrol.
It really
too.
was. I did not think it would be. I watched way more Paw Patrol than I ever signed up for.
I didn't know you signed up for it.
I did, yeah. That's what babysitting will do. But the original Paw Patrol movie was surprisingly good. Braden was a little bit too old for the Paw Patrol movie, but he had watched it so much when he was little that we all watched the Paw Patrol movie together, and it was surprisingly fantastic. So,
well, if you get a film like that that's well made, it kind of transcends the age thing. That's good to know.
You know, we got coming here, and we should talk about in August, is the Studio Ghibli Fest. And I'm sure you saw a lot of those films.
Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know.
The Studio what Fest?
Studio Ghibli films. Castle in the Sky, those type of films.
Never heard of Castle in the Sky.
You never heard of the Studio Ghibli films? Oh, boy. You better
No. I really never did.
They've been around for a long, long time.
Well, so have I, but I never.
Castle in the Sky, My Neighbor Torto,
Yes.
Totoro, Grave of the Fireflies,
Look
Kiki's
at
Delivery
you.
Service,
See?
Only Yesterday, Whisper of the Heart, My Neighbors, The Yamandas, Spirited Away, The Cat Returns,
Are
Howl
these
Moving
cartoons
Castle.
or are they
You're right,
movies?
they're animated. And,
Yeah, they're animated.
It's a huge series. Some of them are, what, 20-something years old, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 even.
Wow.
And every time we bring them back, I think we did one the other night here in South Kingstown, and Mystic, they pretty much sell out.
Well, then you don't go by me, but you put that on the marquee down at South County.
Those
I mean,
are the type of things we'd be able to
exactly.
put out there. Because when you drive up to that building, it just says luxury cinemas, but there is nothing that defines
Right.
it as a theater like you're talking about. But yeah, those,
People will love having stuff like that brought back. They really will.
we've seen a nice increase down there in South Kingstown. I know the other side of the bay lost their theater over in Middletown, so now the folks over on Newport, Middletown area, for them to go see a movie, they either go up to Fall River or
Or
they
Providence.
have to right, they got to come over the bridge,
Yeah.
and you go north.
Who would
to
want to do
Providence.
that? You don't do that. You go south.
You go south,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And so we've seen a lot of folks from the other side.
Do you market to that group? Do you let people know you're there for those who don't know that you're there?
Oh, yeah, and one of the things we did recently was we got into the, down there we have a program with AAA.
Ah,
where we were able
yes.
to buy them through, your tickets through AAA, and they have an office in Middletown. So now we're selling them over in Middletown and also at the Narragansett office.
You could also, I don't know if Lorraine does this for you or anyone else, but you could send, it would be cleverly disguised as an ad, but without paying for it, a press release to the Newport Daily News and to Newport This Week, the two newspapers, that during this time, now that this is closed.
We're a little ahead of you. We actually,
You did it.
for,
Good.
I think a year, we actually took out an ad in the Newport newspaper, and we also rented out I'll call it a poster case frame type thing, it was right outside, what's that woman's clothing store, Lululemon?
Lululemon?
There was
yeah.
a display out there that we were able to rent for, I think, a year or two, and we put things for the theater over there.
Excellent. Yeah, that's what you need. You tell people, and they will come.
That's right.
They will, because it's not costing them very much to go across the bridge.
That's right.
At all. And that bridge is better than the one up in Providence.
It's been nice to see a lot of folks coming back to the theaters. As I talked about, this renaissance of seeing people come back. As you can see, I'm not surprised, because I've gone through the very bottoms and I've gone through our tops. And right now we're seeing that people come back.
Have you ever thought of doing a comeback week? Where you, I mean, you can't reduce any less than $2. I'm not talking about that. But something where, like for your evening shows, your adult shows, pick a week that's typically a slow week, maybe between summer and the kids going back to school when parents are busy, you know, taking them to the dentist and buying them notebooks and all that, and do a comeback week.
The answer is yes, and I labeled it more of a fan appreciation day.
Yeah.
You know, where
Whatever you want
just
to call
really
it,
just
sure.
to show the appreciation for all the folks in South County and the Connecticut shoreline for supporting these theaters, because without the support, they're not going to be here. And you and I have talked about this.
That's right.
You know, recently I spoke to a group of seniors with the here in Westerly.
Oh, that was at Cal's church?
And
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, but it was nice to talk to these people about how many times that they, in the last 40 plus years, drove by that United Theater wishing they could see one more movie. Well, now they can. And I applaud they did a fantastic job on that. And the town, in my world, is very, very lucky that that theater is back there, because they didn't have it for 40 years.
Which is just incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. Now, you were at Central Baptist that day. You were talking primarily to an older group
Yes.
of people. Well, it is. It's a seniors luncheon or something
right, yeah.
that they do once a month.
Yeah.
What else were they saying about movies today? What were they asking?
There were a lot of questioning on what the effects of streaming, how that has impacted our business, and I'm always prepared for that question.
Oh, and you love it.
I do,
know you
because
do.
by the time I get done with it, everybody realizes. I'd be naive to say it hasn't changed. It has changed, but we've been changing the whole time for 50 years.
Yeah.
But yet.
But you also said it's cyclical, where
That's right.
everything old is new again.
That's right. And when it is new again, and you're sitting in that theater, and you have a big popcorn, and you're icy, and you're watching Odyssey, and your friends are sitting home streaming.
Yeah. That's why it took me all those years to finally see Jaws, because I would start watching it on TV.
That's right.
And I'd say, yeah. Because I'm watching it on this.
But yet,
little
if you were
TV.
part of that audience last night in South Kingstown, you'd be
Oh,
in
yeah.
here telling Ben, "Oh my God, I finally saw Jaws on the big screen," and now you've created conversation. He'd be like, "Really? Where did you see that?"
Well, there's something about the sound when it reverberates in your chest. And yeah, that you hear those first two notes of John Williams' music that he wrote for Jaws.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you instantly know when you
Boom,
hear that
boom,
boom,
boom.
boom.
Yeah.
And wow.
Just drops.
Yeah. It's
You-
really amazing.
You know, I've said this to you before. The average person goes to a movie 4 to 5 times a year. So, if my challenge is to get you, Rona, personally into one of our theaters 4 or 5 times of the year, do you think I care that you're streaming the other 360?
Nope.
Nope. But what I do care about very deeply is those 5 days that you chose to come down and see a movie. So it's for us to give you the best experience we can, so that maybe you'll come a 6th time. But maybe your neighbor doesn't even go to movies, but Rona goes to 10 a year.
Right. So it averages out.
That's how
It
I
all
look at
works
this.
out.
And that's why we're open every day. That's why we have extended schedules, which, you know, is so different from when my dad did it. It was evenings at 7 and 9, Saturday and Sunday at 2. It was so cookie cutter. Well, now it's about convenience, comfort, and mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. And as you said earlier, for those, and this will be a perfect note on which to end, but as you said in the first half of today's program, you are, as far as you know, the only theater in the country, small theater, that has a morning show every day.
I have often spoke about this to people in my industry, and my partner knows how I feel. he and I have done an awful lot of things together, developing the 4 theaters, putting liquor licenses, all of our food programs, and our marketing, just everything we've done together. But the thing that I'm really most proud about is those morning shows, because based on my research, it's the only 4-screen theater that does it in the country, and it works.
Yeah.
It works, and the fact that nobody else does it. We have a unique situation there. As I explained to my partner when he came on board, you have the casinos. So what's the difference between a Saturday and a Tuesday in our area? Not much. If you're working on a Saturday, Tuesday's your weekend. And then you say to yourself, well, because they're open so many hours, what's the difference between first, second, third shift? Somebody might get off at 7 in the morning and they want to go see a movie. And we are there to provide it.
And then there's Ben and me. We don't have weekends. We work 7 days, right?
Yep. But you might have that morning.
No, you're always working.
And I'm always surprised by it, by even like, we'll have a weekend, and of course you can get the people on the mornings, and then all of a sudden Monday comes along, you're like, oh, we're not going to get anybody, and yet there we are.
We will see you the 3rd Wednesday in August. I can't believe we're talking about August. Seems like it was just New Year's.
And by then, I think we'll be ready. We're going to talk about all the fall programs that'll come in. We're going to talk about all of our gift card promotions that we're going to be doing.
Perfect.
And, so we'll have a lot to talk about.
Theater rentals.
We'll do it again. Thank you so much.
And we will do it again with all of you next week, brought to you by Valenti Subaru at Dunn's Corner. And next week, among other things, we will be saluting the fact that July is ice cream month. So we're going to be talking all things ice cream. You're not going to want to miss it. We are grateful for all of you, as we are for all the people who sponsor Mad About Town. See you next week.
Oh, let's go down to Toscano's. Men shop downtown Westerly, where style and class go hand in hand. You can look your best and dress to please. Buy the right shoe, get the left one free. And if Paulie makes fun of you, you get an even bigger discount too. Toscano's Men's Shop since 1911.